Hello, and welcome back to the News Brief, the podcast that takes you inside the major stories of the day. Today we're diving into a story that's taking the world by storm, the World Cup final between Argentina and Spain, and the staggering amount of money people are putting on the winner through two prediction markets, Polymarket and Kalshi. If you've ever wondered how much the global betting markets are riding on this match, you're in the right place. First, let's set the scene. The World Cup final is not just a football match, it's a global event that draws an estimated 3.5 billion viewers and, as this week's numbers show, a mind-blowing $5.69 billion in bets. That figure isn't on sportsbooks or traditional betting sites, it's on two online prediction platforms that let users essentially bet on who will win the cup. Polymarket is a popular, user-friendly app where you can trade contracts on tomorrow's outcome, while Kalshi is a regulated exchange that trades futures contracts on events like the World Cup, subject to U.S. securities laws. So, what does that $5.69 billion look like in practice? On Polymarket alone, you can see more than $2.5 billion flowing into contracts that pay out if Argentina comes out on top. Spain, earning a solid reputation for defensive solidity, holds nearly $950 million in bets. And Kalshi is not far behind. Its World Cup winner, Argentina event has brought in roughly $900 million, while the Spain contract holds just shy of $500 million. These numbers illustrate how both markets are almost mirroring each other in terms of sentiment, but they differ slightly in liquidity and user base. An intriguing element of these markets is how they've opened the door for people from all corners, from professional traders to hobbyists, to weigh in on a soccer match. The fact that anyone with an internet connection can place a bet on the final, and the speed with which those bets accumulate, demonstrates a shift toward real-time, decentralized finance. Polymarket, for instance, doesn't require users to have a bank account or a regulated brokerage. A simple email is enough to get them in. Kalshi, on the other hand, are regulated by the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, so participants must go through a KYC process. Now, how is the money flowing in? Most of the dollar figure comes from overnight trades. In the last 12 hours, traders have been buying and selling contracts in webs of speculation, some side as bold favorites for Argentina, others hedging against the inevitable uncertainty that a winner could switch hands in a shootout. Many online commentaries point out how the unique dynamic of a match that may end in a penalty shootout, something that creates significant volatility, is exactly what propels liquidity in these markets. There's also a third-place angle. Although a smaller portion of the total bets, millions have gone into bets on who will come in third or fourth. The World Cup third place, France contract is the most heavily tradecast ever on Polymarket, reflecting how long fans sometimes want a final, especially when two big contenders are dead on each other. One last point, the reported $5.69 billion is effectively a non-traditional, speculative bet on the outcome, not just winnings, and the markets close 24 hours before kickoff, using real-time data. So on the world's biggest sporting event, the price of prediction remains a compelling figure, but it also signals how financial markets are now entwined with the entertainment industry. That's the ballpark of the story. This turns the final from just a sporting event into a living, breathing phenomenon where billions can change hands. Thank you for joining me on the News Brief today. Your next big story is just on the horizon. Stay tuned, stay informed, and have a great day.